back, everybody, to another video. Today we're in a car that I've been wanting for so long, and I finally picked it up. We are in a 1999 Pontiac Trans Am. I've been wanting one of these since, I don't know, maybe around high school when I was learning how to drive, and I saw this type of car. I saw a WS6, a black WS6, and man, I was like, what is that? That can't be a Pontiac. But I fell in love with those cars as soon as I saw them. And ever since then, I remember wanting one for my first car, and my dad just wouldn't let me get it. He said, you're gonna kill yourself in one of those cars. And I probably would have, but I ended up in another car, and for the longest, I wanted one of these, and you know, now I'm in a point in my life where I'm able to get one of these, and I've been looking for a little while, and you couldn't really find anything. I found a couple in Phoenix, but they just didn't work out. Some of them, the prices were just outrageous. Like, I didn't realize that, you know, the price of these cars had gone up so much. I ended up finding this one in a little town. I think it was called Hanford. It's next to Fresno, California. So I went, picked up the car. We ended up staying the night. After we got the car, we got a hotel, stayed the night. We decided, you know, we're gonna leave early in the morning. When I bought the car, you know, ran beautifully. It ran perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it. But as soon as we decided to leave the next day in the morning, I noticed that there was something up with the idle. The idle was sitting a little bit high, and I gave it a little like rev, and the idle went up to like 3,000 and wouldn't come down. And I'm like, oh man, here we go.
Generation event, the Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. They'll be a part of a legacy that never stops.
I decided, you know, it's not that bad, 3,000. I was gonna just take it like that, and I was like, no, let me figure it out. Let's see if I can figure something out. So I was checking the idle air control valve, because the idle air control valve looked like it was fairly new, and maybe it was a cheap one, and that's why it wasn't working. You can see that the wiring had been replaced as well, so maybe there was an issue there before, and the guy didn't tell me, maybe. So I was looking at it, didn't really see anything at first. And I decided I was gonna unplug the battery. So I unplugged the battery, left it unplugged for a little while, and then hooked it back up, and the RPMs were like around 2,000 RPM. And I decided, you know, it's not that bad. I can deal with it like that. But we took off, and as we were driving, I noticed that when I let off the throttle, it wasn't slowing down. So it was like I had cruise control. When I pulled over, it was at like 3,500 RPM, and yeah, I couldn't do that. Especially like we're gonna be hitting traffic soon. I wouldn't be able to drive this thing in traffic with the RPMs up that high. So I think we were in Bakersfield when this happened, when I noticed this, and we found an AutoZone in Bakersfield. I decided, you know, I'm gonna swap out the idle air control valve. That's probably what the problem is. And yeah, we pulled over, found an AutoZone. I was about to swap it out, and I noticed that one of the bolts was missing for the idle air control valve. I mean, it only has 2 bolts, so missing one is probably going to be a bit of an issue. So I took that one off. I still swapped out the other one, but I knew I was gonna need that other bolt, but I couldn't find one. So I decided just gonna put it on like that, whatever. It should be okay, I hope. And it wasn't good. I swapped it out. Nothing seemed to help. The idle still kept going up super high. I think it ended up almost being at like 4,000 RPMs at one point. And we were looking for a U-Haul, and yeah, U-Haul was gonna be super expensive. It was gonna be like $900 for a truck and a trailer to tow it back to Phoenix. I'm like, hell no. So did the same thing again. I unplugged the battery. We tried it again. Idle still went up, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for a tow truck. I know I can get it home. It's running good, but the idle, something's up with the idle or the idler control valve. We can get there, and I think I turned the car off, left it off for a little bit while I was getting some stuff out of the other car before we took off, and turned on the car, idle perfectly fine. So I don't know what the hell happened, and since then the check engine light came on and it's idling like around 1100 RPM, but I mean that's not that bad. 1100 is okay. Can't even really tell. I just, I can see that the engine light's on and that the RPMs are a little bit higher, but aside from that, it feels okay. So once we get home, I'll show you guys like everything that I noticed wrong with the car, everything that he told me was wrong with the car, and then we can just, go over the whole car together. So I'll see you guys a little bit once I get home. Alright guys, so we made it home. It took about 12 hours to get here, even though it was like a 8-9 hour drive, but the whole thing I had in the morning when we first were trying to leave with the idle shooting up, that took a good chunk of the day out, like 3 hours, until it finally figured itself out, I guess. But we're gonna go walk around it real quick so you guys can see. It's got scratch there, but aside from that, everything else looks really nice. So one of these headlight motors is no good, but he gave me one, so I just have to swap it out. This window will fall down a little bit, so I'm guessing it's probably like the regulator, or probably regular. I don't remember how these work, but it falls down a little bit, so whether it's a regulator or a motor or some sort of gear, we'll have to take care of that. Of course, the seat is blown out, but the interior itself, besides that, is actually in pretty good condition. Like, I think this is really the only thing that's messed up. Back seats, of course, are not bad. Nobody ever sits in those. Here's some of the extra parts that he gave me. What else? I know I'm forgetting something else. You guys can see. You guys can let me know how good or bad I did. I paid $8,500 for this car, and I went out of state for it. But it's completely stock, other than whatever. I think maybe it's just exhaust tips. I'm not really too sure. Or axle back. Couldn't really tell when I got under there. LS1 T56 6-speed. New tires. Aside from that idle issue, it ran great for I think like 500 and something miles, like 550 miles. This is a one owner car, so I'll be the second owner of this car, which is kind of crazy. I never even thought to ask that when I bought the car, or when I was talking to the guy about the car. Decent, I mean, wheels, not the biggest fan of that style wheel, but it has new tires, so that's a plus. Other than that, I mean, the car looks good. He said that the suspension was bad, but you know, the whole ride here it felt fine. I just heard a little bit of squeaking in the rear. Let's see, it has a sound system, but the stereo is like super old. It's like Pioneer from like, I don't know, 2005. I don't even know if they had that style back then, but it's a really old Pioneer stereo. So let's let me open the hood so we can check that out. Well, I mean, it's completely stock, so it's not like it's gonna be anything crazy, but you guys can at least take a look. And there is idle air control valve that I replaced. Aside from that, I mean, when I was there checking it, everything looked fine. Then when it was having that issue, I was checking everything and could not find any vacuum leaks. Sprayed around with brake cleaner to see if I was just, you know, not hearing it. But yeah, everything seemed fine. Although there is a check engine light now, so I have to figure out what it is later on. Anyways, guys, that's it. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna be making videos on it, because there's gonna be a lot of work here and there that I'm gonna need to do to it. Aside from those things that I already talked about, mainly I feel like it's not that loud, so we're probably gonna end up doing some sort of exhaust, maybe some different wheels, but I mean, we'll see as we go. And we haven't forgot about the Z, don't worry, it's still back there, just gotta finish it up. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys follow along with this Trans Am that I just got, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.